Good afternoon all. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, The Guide, The Knowledge Hub. This is Ramesh, Faculty of Biology. Please subscribe and share the YouTube channel, The Guide, The Knowledge Hub. Good dear students, today I am going to continue the previous class, respiration. Listen carefully. Dear students, in the previous class we discussed so many things of respiration. Today let us learn new things of respiration. Okay, dear students, in the process of respiration we learned already respiration rate, inhalation, exhalation, and mechanism of breathing, working of diaphragm. So actually I told you already our lung capacity, our total lung capacity is 5800 ml. So we are inhaling air, we are exhaling air. How much air in our breath? How much air in our breath? For this, to knowing of this, there is a activity. How much air in our breath? So that is the picture of that activity. Once all of you. First of all, I will explain. Then look at the board, all of you. So first of all, listen carefully. How much air in our breath? Take a measuring cylinder. Take a measuring cylinder with 2 liter plastic bottle. 2 liter plastic bottle, 100 ml of injection bottle to do this activity. So dear students, pour 100 ml of water at a time in the bottle and mark the water level after each addition. So first of all, you have to pour, you have to fill the water bottle up to here. Okay, now fill the bottle to the brim, means margin, and invert in a bucket or a large container of water. First of all, we will take a large container of water, a large container with water, and then take 2 liters water bottle and fill it with full of water and invert this bottle like this. And invert the bottle shown in the figure. Okay, and then take one tube. Okay, take one tube and insert it to the bottle of one end of the tube and left another end of the tube. Okay, dear students. So while you are inverting the bottle, just remember one thing. What is that? No air bubbles should remain in the bottle after you invert it. So while you are inverting the bottle in container of water, so you should take care, you should remember one thing. What is that? No air bubbles should remain in the bottle. Okay, so bottle ni invert చేసేటప్పుడు ఆ బాటిల్ లోపల ఎయిర్ బబుల్స్ వెళ్ళకుండా మనం దాన్ని ఇన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి. నెక్స్ట్ insert one end of the tube and another one left in outside. So first of all, before doing this is, first of all you can, before start this is, you can breathe in yourself. You can take long breath. How? And then blow with the help of this tube, and blow the air with the help of this end of this tube, another end of the tube. So inhale as much air as you can and blow the air into the measuring cylinder through the rubber tube. Through the rubber tube. First of all, you can take long breath and breathe out. And blow out the air through this tube into the bottle. Okay, don't breathe. So we are breathe in. Next we are blowing. So while you are blowing, while you are doing this is, don't breathe, inhale, blowing the air out. So blow out as much air as you can. You can blow. You can blow as much air as you can in a single breath. So this air will collect in the measuring cylinder. This air is collected with the measuring cylinder. So finally, as a result, the water level in the cylinder will fall. The water level in the cylinder will fall. Water levels in the cylinder will fall. Okay. So the water level in the cylinder will fall. So the reduction of water level in equal to the air you breathe. The reduction of water level is equal to the which you breathe. The air you breathe, that is okay na? So this is how much air in our breath. This much of air in our breath. Have you understood? Once look at the picture around you. Okay. Now look at. So to find out the gases in this. So what gases are present in our breath? What gases are present in our breath? Actually we know we are inhaling oxygen, we are exhaling carbon dioxide. But is the exhaled air is carbon dioxide or not? I wanted to know. That's why I need to conduct an experiment. So first of all, listen. What is that? So for this experiment, we need what is the aim of this experiment? So to find out the gases that are present in our breath. So what are the materials are required to do this activity, to do this experiment? The materials required: measuring beaker and phenolphthalein solution, measuring beaker, phenolphthalein solution and lime water, 200 ml beaker with water and straws. So straws and lime water. Okay. So dear students, what is the procedure? So take a measuring beaker. Take a measuring beaker. So fill up 200 ml of water. Fill up 200 ml of water. So then after taking the water, 200 ml of water in this beaker, add 10 to 12 drops of phenolphthalein solution in this water. I will conduct. Wait. So and add 3 ml of lime water. 10 to 12 drops of phenolphthalein solution and add 3 ml of lime water in this and stir it well with a stick or rod, iron, glass rod. So observe the changes in water and insert the straw to beaker. So first of all, wait. So I took 200 ml of water and next I am adding 10 to 12 drops of phenolphthalein solution in this. So look at. Yes, I added phenolphthalein solution. Okay, next I wanted to add 3 ml of lime water. So already I prepared lime water. So I am adding 3 ml of lime water in this. Okay, look at the screen. Okay. Yes. So this is pink in color. What is pink color? It is changed into pink color. Which color? Pink color. Okay. So it is looking like a pink color. So next, insert the straw in the beaker and blow the air. So I am blowing the air. So that pink color is changed into colorless. So it changed into normal color, means colorless. It changed into colorless. Okay. Once observe all of you. What are the changes takes place in this? Okay. So finally, this pink colored solution, phenolphthalein solution, is changed into normal water color, means colorless. Okay, you can do these activities with the using of live water also. So what are the observations? So from this activity we observed that the pink color solution changes into normal water color, means colorless. So when we blow the air into this solution, so from our mouth, from my mouth, the carbon dioxide is released. Okay, which gas is capable to change this pink color to colorless? The one and only gas is carbon dioxide. Similarly, the lime water turns milky when we blow the air into it. So if you can do this activity with the help of lime water, that lime water is changed into milky white. So by this experiment, so what we concluded? Yes, by this activity, the carbon dioxide is involved. The carbon dioxide is present in our breath. So what is the learning from this activity? From this experiment, we notice that phenolphthalein solution, phenolphthalein indicator is an acid and a base indicator. So the solution colors turns pink since the lime water is base and it changes into colorless. So when we blow the air into it, similarly the lime water turns milky when the air blow through it. Okay, have you understand? From the two observations we can say that air we exhale out is a gas. That gas is carbon dioxide. Okay, is it clear? So the carbon dioxide is present in our breath. Okay, clear? Right? Okay, so this is about gases present in our breath. So in this respiration, the respiration lesson, the beginning of earlier chapter, we mentioned that the basic philosophy of life into survive and to survive. So an organism has to grow in size, defend itself against agents, environmental conditions, infectious diseases, enemies and predators. An organism that is successful in this survival, proliferates. For all these processes, energy is required. So our body contains number of systems. So each and every system has a specific function. To do our life activities, our systems need what is energy. So synthesis of any molecules requires energy. Similarly, when the organism in adapting to a new environment, when it is depending against the infectious diseases, new molecules are synthesized in the organism. So once again requires energy, they need energy while defending itself against enemies and organisms, I mean predators. The organisms, especially animals, have two organs. Animals have two options. So what is that? One option is to fight with the predator, and second option is the organism, especially animals. What is that? Okay, especially animals have two options. One is to fight with the predator, fight with the predator or enemy, or to move. So first of all, to fight with the predator or enemy, and second option is so they can move away. They can move away from the predator or enemy. In both cases, very rapid movements of muscles are required, and this requires energy. In short, energy is required for the very survival of the organism. Therefore, it becomes important how the organism gets energy for its survival. Okay, so in the previous chapter you have learned already. So how the energy is released? Actually, the energy is released in the form of ATP by the process of respiration. So in the previous chapter you have learned the plants are capable of trapping solar energy and convert it to chemical energy. So plants use this chemical energy for the systems of several substances required for their growth and survival. So you have also learned and animals cannot perform photosynthesis, you know already, and synthesize their own food materials. So they obtain their food by eating of other plants and animals. So in doing so, animals are consuming, we are also, the animals are consuming sugars, starch, cellulose and other substances synthesized by the plant. The animals in turn becomes food for other animals. So in the previous classes you have learned the complex molecules such as cellulose, starch, fat and proteins are broken down into smaller molecules. So such as glucose, fatty acids, amino acids, the digestive systems of animals. So no energy is produced in this process, in all this process. So the energy is produced only when these molecules are supplied. These cells are oxidized in each cells to carbon dioxide and water. Okay. So actually, generally glucose and fatty acids are the major substances used for energy production in all the living organisms. So plants and animals and microorganisms also. You know already, oxidation of food materials, especially fatty acids, proteins and carbon dioxide to water is called respiration. Okay, have you understanding? You know already, you learnt in the previous class what is meant by respiration. So this respiration, by this process of respiration, the energy is released. Okay, in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So the respiration, in the respiration process, energy produced in this process, it is used by the cells. So our body contains number of cells. Our body is made up with number of cells. So we are the multicellular organisms. And some unicellular organisms also there. So uni means single, multi means more than one or two. So our body and animal body, plant bodies are made up with a huge number of cells. But there is a single celled organisms. Protozoan organisms are the single celled, means unicellular organisms, that is amoeba, paramecium, examples. So energy is produced in this process. So by using of this energy, the cells to carry out several their activities such as synthesis of new molecules, transport of ions and nutrients, etc. So our body contains number of cells. Each and every cell can perform different activities in our body. But unicellular organisms, one and only cell, the cell is that organism is made up with one cell. That single cell only performing all the life activities. But our body contains number of cells. Each and every cell performing different activities. Okay, so to do these activities, they need energy. Which one? The cells need energy. That's why they need to get the energy from by the process of respiration. Have you clear? Are you understanding? So, if energy production is stopped, actually if the breathing is stopped, it may be leads to death. We may leads to death. So, the energy is produced by the process of respiration. So, if energy production is stopped by using specific poisons, the cells, means organisms, would die. Therefore, the respiration is an important and essential process in our life. Each and every organism. Okay, so next comparison. What is comparison of respiration with chemical combustion? Chemical combustion. What is the comparison? The combustion is a process in which heat is released when organic molecules are burnt. So when we are burning organic molecules, so automatically the energy will release from that particular substance. So first of all, you have to take a small amount of sugar on a tin foil and heat it over a flame. So take sugar molecules, sugar crystals, so heat it. Is it clear? So it's not clear. Wait. Once look at this diagram. Okay. So here this is combustion. This is combustion process in which heat is released when organic molecules are burnt. So here take a small amount of sugar on a tin foil and heat it over a flame. So hold the foil with so actually there is a what is that? Tongues are there, no? With the help of tongues, you can heat it over a flame. You will observe that sugar melts, then it becomes black. So after some time, so this sugar is changed into a black color. Means that is what is that? Charring. What is that? Charring. So it is changing into black. That is charring. What is charring? So and finally it catches fire and burns. After some time, finally it the changing of the black color substance is catched. It is catched the fire and burns. When sugar burns, when this sugar is burnt, after the carbon dioxide and water are produced and energy released as a heat. Energy is released as a heat. This process is called combustion. So you can do this with other organic substances such as oil. So combustion and respiration have a few things in common. So combustion, what is combustion? Combustion and respiration. In combustion and respiration, there are common characteristics. There are common things are there. Once look at the board. So here, the comparison between combustion and respiration. Combustion and respiration. In these two processes, commonly the sugar, from the sugar, the carbon dioxide and water is released. So they need energy. They need energy, they are utilizing oxygen to produce energy. So they produce the energy produced. It looks like as if both these processes are same. So however, a careful observations would reveal several differences that takes place, several differences between these two processes. Okay, are you understanding? So in combustion, heat is to be applied for the sugar molecules to burn. In the body of organism, no heat is applied for the oxidation of sugar molecules. The entire process occurs at the body requirements of an organism. In combustion, sugar first charges and later it burns, produce flame. So when sugar is oxidized in the body, there is no charring or burning of sugar molecules. In respiration, sugar molecules are oxidized to carbon dioxide and water in several stages, and energy is released in several stages without burning or flame in flame. In respiration, several compounds are produced as intermediates. You have noticed that there are no such intermediates in combustions. So also the energy is released at once as a heat. Okay, in the process of respiration, the energy is released. I think you are understanding. Actually, students, there are two types of respirations: aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. What is aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration? The difference, first of all, I will tell you the differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Right, all of you. Once look at the board, all of you. So there are differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Once look at the board. Once wait. So before going to explain the differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, so I wanted to explain about these types of respirations. So first of all, these two types of respirations are depending upon what is these two types of respirations are depending upon presence or absence of oxygen. Presence or absence of oxygen. So first of all, aerobic respiration. So in aerobic respiration, most higher animals, oxidation of food takes place in the presence of oxygen. So this is called aerobic respiration. So in this process, glucose is completely oxidized. Glucose is completely oxidized to form carbon dioxide and water. In this process of aerobic respiration, nearly 38 ATP molecules are released in each one glucose molecule. And next, anaerobic respiration. What is meant by anaerobic respiration? In lower animals like bacteria, in lower organisms like some bacteria, oxidation of food takes place in the absence of oxygen. This is called anaerobic respiration. So in anaerobic respiration, glucose is not completely oxidized to form carbon dioxide and water. So rather it is oxidized to produce ethyl alcohol or ethanol, lactic acid. The energy is released in this process less. Only there are 2 ATP molecules are released in each glucose molecule. Okay, so the glucose is oxidizing. So any of the food substance is chemically combining with oxygen is called oxidizing. So here the glucose is chemically combining with oxygen, then the glucose is oxidizing. After oxidation, the glucose, from the glucose, the carbon dioxide and water is releasing. In aerobic respiration, nearly 38 ATP molecules are released. means energy currency. ATP means energy currency. 38 ATP molecules are released from one glucose molecule. In anaerobic respiration, 2 ATP molecules only releasing from anaerobic respiration. While we are playing and doing exercises, on the time while we are doing hard work, while our body is tired, then we will get pains, body pains. Then the anaerobic respiration takes place in that, because the carbon dioxide level increasing, the oxygen level decreased. Then so the lactic in our muscles and our bones, the lactic acid and ethanol means ethyl alcohol is released. Then we are getting pains, body pains. Once look at the board. So is it clear? So aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration does not require oxygen. Anaerobic respiration. This is aerobic to anaerobic. Wait. Requires carbon dioxide. Once, right? I wanted to change once. Yes. In anaerobic respiration, no need oxygen. Does not require oxygen. In aerobic respiration, they need oxygen. Requires oxygen. In anaerobic respiration, water is not produced, and compounds like ethanol or ethyl alcohol and lactic acid is released, are formed. So in this aerobic respiration, carbon dioxide and water produced. And next, very little amount of energy produced in anaerobic respiration. Large amount of energy is released in aerobic respiration. Okay, here, so glucose C6H12O6 from this, so 2C2H5OH, ethanol or lactic acid is released. So and carbon dioxide. So in this anaerobic respiration, 56 kilocalories are released. 56 kilocalories. In aerobic respiration, so glucose molecule combining with oxygen oxidized, then carbon dioxide releasing and water released. Carbon dioxide, water also released. And finally 686 kilocalories released from this aerobic respiration. Okay, have you clear? I think you understood. Okay, thank you one and all.